DJ Holy Vogue. Yo!
You're locked into Point 5 Creative Studios, where Africa's stories aren't just told, they're produced. News, politics, entertainment, films that move the continent. We bring the truth, the fire, the creativity. Your world, powered by African storytelling. Point 5 Creative Studios. Point 5 Creative Studios. Point 5 Creative Studios. Point 5 Creative Studios. Point 5 Creative Studios.
This is a message for all people that are working in the care sector. Understand the laws, understand the rules. I have actually had to put this message out, not only for Zimbabweans, but also for people working for Nigerians. Amongst the elite of the people that's employing our very own, most people that got the sponsorship for the COS, the certificate of sponsorship, they were never running businesses, but they are people that took opportunities. These opportunities came the time when we were in lockdown. Every person who was registered as self-employed, I want people to get this, everyone who was registered as self-employed, because during COVID lockdown, most companies could not employ. If you wanted to work in the care sector, you had to register yourself, taking the risk as self-employed. So most of the people that were given these licenses, the COSs, were never business people, but they were people that took an opportunity to risk their lives to just work as self-employed. Henceforth, you see, we have got all this disaster that's happening within the care sector. So this certificate of sponsorship, the care license certificate, people were not supposed to and are still not supposed to charge people for them. They have always been there in every other field. It is the only time, this time, when it was opened or has been opened into the care sector. Henceforth, all this chaos. People who are social workers, the COSs are still there. People who are working in other professions, the COSs are still there. The COS is also still there for people that's working in the farms. But for the first time ever after COVID and dispensation of people into their own homes for personal care from within their homes, that's what made the license to be extended to the care sector. So most people that are employing people in the care sector are people without business acumen, people without business running experience. So when we start to bring out this, it's not like we were exposing you, but we are now making people to know, because the abuse has just become too much. The Nigerians, they were charging people 20,000 US for a COS. Zimbabweans were charging other people 5,000 to 10,000 US. Other Zimbabweans who even went on to the desperate Indians and recruited from Asia, India, charging 10 to 12,000. Because every family believed if they send somebody out to countries abroad, it's an opportunity for them to have somebody who will bail them out of poverty. Some people committed to selling their houses. Some people committed to selling their cars. Some people committed to selling their businesses. A lot of things were disposed so that people could simply just have money to buy a COS. Disaster happened with people from Nigerians. We all know Nigerians. There's not any person who doesn't know Nigerians. They have become the first high degree criminals in this act. Nigerians were selling these COSs for 10,000 US, 15,000 US, 20,000 US. And then because not one person could afford, so they ended up saying a husband would put in 5,000 and stands in for the family. Then somebody's wife from a different marriage would stand with this man as the wife. Then somebody who's even 30, 35 will have a birth certificate created for them and is said to be 17, if not 16 years old. Then another one who's married somewhere or someone from a different family will be brought in as a second child, meaning to say they were fitting four people on one COS, so that every person on that COS will contribute 5,000 just to pay a criminal who's running a business in the diaspora. Henceforth, we've got what we have. And most of these people, Nigerians are the worst when it comes to this business, followed by Zimbabweans, Cameroonians, Ghanaians. These people, they are marauding their very own, abusing their very own. If you look at African-run companies, from those that never operated care agencies before the introduction of these COSs, those companies are still being run professionally. I could mention names here, which I will do definitely. But as of now, I want to deal with those who are operating bogusly, although they are licensed. They are not heeding to the fact that they have made money by selling things that were never supposed to be sold in the first place. Because this is how the system operates. If you are granted a COS license, it means to say you have proven to them that you have got the capacity to sponsor. When I talk about capacity to sponsor, it means to say you can afford, number one, to bring that person over, meaning to say you've got to be able to fly them. Number two, you've got to be able to accommodate them for the first 3 months. And big companies will accommodate you in a hotel for 3 months while you're settling. At the very same time, you've got to, they will still be paying you your full salary. They help you to settle. But with our very own, besides breaking the system of selling when they are not supposed to sell the COS, they are also abusing you and underpaying you. Most employers have managed to get the COS and are pushing for contracts in domiciliary care. Domiciliary care, this is where you do home visits. People are starting work at 7 in the morning and finishing at 10 in the evening. Just imagine, only to be paid maybe 6 hours days work, but you are at work from 7 in the morning until 10 p.m. This is being done by Nigerians, Ghanaians, Cameroonians, Zimbabweans, South Africans. Almost every person who's employed from Africa is abusing the same system. There's got to be a report. If your company is doing that, I'm going to give you information on what you're supposed to do, because all of this will be seen on your timesheets. So don't be scared. One good thing that should give you assurance is when your company is reported, you are never threatened by anyone. This CQC, the Care Quality Commission, and the employment law will protect you. You are protected. And what the government has done is, whoever is kicked out of employment, you are allowed by the government to look for another alternative company. At the very same time, when you are working, you are supposed to work at most 5 days a week if you are doing domiciliary care. The law in the diaspora allows somebody that they be given days to rest. And I'll tell you how this operates. If you are being used from 7 in the morning to 10 in the evening, you are supposed to work for 3 days, because that's more than enough hours you would have worked, although your current employer is underpaying you. I want to enlighten you to the next step to take from here, so that we deal with all these bogus, abusive employers for your peace and for your health, and above all, for good pay rates. Domiciliary care should be, number one, within the same area. If it's in the United Kingdom, it will be within the same postcode, if not 2. It should not proceed more than 2 areas. If they do that, they have to pay you travel time. The fact that you are also using your own car, you are supposed to be paid 25 pence per mile. This should be accompanied, so you should be able to take note of your mileage, because your insurance that you put on your vehicle, it's commercial insurance for a reason. It's not personal insurance. The fact that it's commercial insurance and you are not self-employed, the company should account for your mileage by paying for your fuel at 25 pence per liter. So just imagine some companies are making some people travel 50 miles a day. If it's 50 miles a day, it means to say you are owed £12.50 per day. And if that does happen for 30 days, you say £12.50 times 30 days. So your mileage has got to be paid on top of your salary. That does not have to be put together with your salary. Your salary and your mileage are supposed to be separate on the payslip. If that is not reflected, your employer is a criminal and needs to be reported to be arrested. I'll give you a good advice, everyone who's in the care sector. You should join a you should be members of the unions. Join a union. It costs nothing but pays a lot when you join such. They are very good at representing. And don't suffer in silence. Your employer and an employee in the diaspora, you all reason together. Nobody takes advantage of another. So don't be threatened by your employers. This message needs to be downloaded and this message needs to be reported to DJ Holly at Point 5 Creative Studio so that everything that's happening has got to be reported. You could be in Dubai, America, Canada, Switzerland, New Zealand, Australia, United Kingdom, everywhere in the diaspora. Contact Point 5 Creative Studio, and then everything you say will be kept in private whilst we deal with bogus employers. Those bogus employers are supposed to start to feel the heat from today because we are not supposed to hold back anything that's making people to suffer and discredit the companies the countries that they are working in. They were given those licenses in good faith, and so they should also exercise things in good faith. As things stand right now, one thing that people should know, your employer cannot just kick you out of employment. It's not allowed in the Western world. This is not in Africa, where an employer can just kick you out any minute. Diaspora, you have got your rights, and you have got to have a union that you are a member of. Let's fight all this together from this platform. Right. We continue to go in and dig deep with situation that's coming. This is information to enlighten you so that you know your rights. You should also anonymously report to the border and immigration agents. You can use your own personal email or you can use a bogus email. Notify of the company and at the very same time ask or request that the case be treated in privacy, because they will withhold your details and not show it to the employer, and they will know how to approach your employer for them to account for whatever is being reported. So the next step that I want people to take is number one, share it with every person and make every person subscribe to Point 5 Creative Studio. Share it with every person in the care sector, and so that you know your rights. You will see that people that are working in the white-owned companies, those people, most of them are very happy about their jobs. Others are just being asked to work 3 days a week, and they've got 4 days rest. Still earning better than people who are working for an African-owned company or an Indian-owned company who are working 7 days a week and still paid minimum. Just imagine, some people are working 7 days a week from 7 in the morning to 10 p.m. using their own car, their own fuel. All those charges are not accounted for. At the end of the day, they get paid less than 2,000 per month. And yet fuel bill is more than 700 pounds per month. It will not work. It will never work, and it must not work. These bogus employers needs to be stopped. And continue to subscribe to this channel as we expose. A unit has been formed behind this channel where we are having people on the ground in every country where you are working so that we deal with the bogus employers while it's covering for you. You've got to be in good health and you've got to be earning what you deserve and what you are working for. It is close to by law that you should work at most 5 days a week, and then you've got 2 rest days. What does it mean? It means to say you are also allowed an extra 20 hours away from your current employer. That room should be left for you. No employer should exploit you to use you for more than 5 days to stop you from connecting with another company. Most African companies are doing that to stop you work for other companies so that you don't get to know how things work in the UK. They don't want to give you time to rest or time to be employed with another company. Yet it's your legal right, according to your status, where you are allowed extra 20 hours to work for a different employer. So if you are working or you are being used for more than 20 hours, if you are being used for more than 5 days and not having time to work for another employer for 20 hours, if you so wish, then your employer is doing everything wrong. I want you to pay attention to the last things that I'm going to say now. And I'm going to continue to make series in regards to this so that we protect our very own people. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share Point 5 Creative Studios as we share all the information pertaining your rights and stopping of the abuse by the employers. Come to our private inbox, tell us the name of your employer. If possible, share with us their number, and we will definitely inbox them to tell them to stop as we engage quality care, quality commission, and also the people that deal with the rights of workers and fair pay. All that information is going to be shared to you. So continue to share, like, and subscribe once more. And this session is the station where we are going to deal with it. Thank you very much and have a very good day.